Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Fumble Live. We have so much to get into today, and you guys see that headline. We've got some Tyler Herro situations to talk about. I'm not mad at him feeling disrespected because we definitely picked the most disrespectful. Oh, is that me? My bad. We definitely picked the most disrespectful thumbnail we could find of that man. So I definitely understand why he's feeling disrespected. But we also got to break down this Kyrie situation. But before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends. And now here's the Fumble Squad. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. You can find me on all things social media at Zyaire the Fanatic.
It's your boy Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K. And I'm glad. I love the disrespect, so I can't wait to talk about it. So I'm ready for that conversation.
I'm not a Tyler Herro fan, so I can't wait till we get more into that. But first, let's get into this mess. Let's make it messy around here because this first need to know. It's becoming more and more difficult for me to jump on Team Kyrie. Even though I'm still on Team Kyrie, I don't want y'all to think I jumped off. I'm still on Team Kyrie, but this is just getting harder and harder. I'm going to tread really lightly on this one because I know even in our chat, there's a lot of differing opinions in that, and that is absolutely okay to have different opinions about the vaccine. I don't want to make it seem like that's a bad thing. It's okay, right. But with Kyrie, I consider him a very educated person. Well, he reads a lot. He studies a lot. Even with him saying the earth is flat, I still think he's a pretty well-read person. But now things are just getting a little weird for him. So I want to show you this first point, which says Kyrie Irving is not anti-vaccine and that his stance is that he is upset that people are losing their jobs due to vaccine mandates. It's a stance that Irving explained to close teammates. Okay, let me get to this very next one. Let's just keep this one. Let's keep it rolling because I see the look on your face. It's the same look I had on my face when I read that. So let me get into this. This pretty much echoes the same thing. The Athletic says again that he's not anti-vaccine, but he says his mindset, it's a decision that he believes he is capable of to make given his current life dynamics, and he wants to be the voice for the voiceless. So this is where I start to have a problem with this. So I have a couple more things I want to get into. But before we do that, Chris, I want to get your point. How can he be a voice of the voiceless when during media day, he repeatedly said he didn't want to answer any questions about the vaccine, and that's a choice between he and his family? How can he do that?
Yeah, that's my question too. I was just like, well, when you get the opportunity, we're hearing all of your quotes via other people, so we don't even know what's true and what's false. And then we have players that want to complain, and they should complain when the media is misconstruing the words. So now you're expecting us to believe and trust everything that's being said from media and representation instead of you just saying it yourself when you were given the opportunity. I understand if you don't want to talk about a lot of things, but if this is the one thing that you want to give the voice to the voiceless for, then you gotta use your voice to talk about it because we haven't heard you say anything about it yet. So that's my confusion on this entire thing too, especially to that whole, him not being anti-vaccine, but he's anti the mandate. That to me is a little backwards to me, but I mean that's just my opinion on it. I get it. A lot of people are upset about it because they believe that people should be able to make their own decisions and own choices. But at the same time, when you're running a company, that the person up top, the company has to do the same thing to not only protect his workers or whatnot, but also cover his ass because anything could happen in a lawsuit and all kind of nonsense. So to me, I get it on both levels, but yeah, to answer your question, I don't know because he hasn't spoken up about it at all. We're just all going off of quotes from all these random Twitter users and shams and stuff like that. So I don't know what we're supposed to believe and what we're not supposed to believe. We haven't heard him say anything.
Yeah, and I got to help Nathaniel right now because he's doing that because we're talking about him. No, we are talking about him. Let me tell you right now, if you ever see a quote that says Jackie Ray said and Jackie Ray hasn't said it, don't assume that I said that because I'm the type of person that if I'm going to tell you something, if I want to be the voice, y'all know I use my voice all the time. So don't believe it at all if somebody else said Jackie Ray said. And if this is what Kyrie really wants to do, if he really wanted to be the voice of the people, I would respect that if he was using his voice. But somebody else in the chat said, and I'm sorry, I scrolled past it, but said the anti-vaxxers are pretty vocal. I don't give a damn what Southwest is telling y'all in the press. I was in that airport stranded, and I'm going to tell you right now, the pilots walked out. That is a way to use your voice. Regardless of if you actually come out and say something, you can take action to use your voice. So if he would have been better off coming on that media day and say, hey, I'm standing in
Right.
solidarity with everybody who has a regular job. They're not millionaires like me, and they are faced with this decision where it's either keep getting that paycheck or stand on what you believe. I'm standing in solidarity with them. He could have said that
And
and
that's
never
it.
said anything
Left
else.
it there. Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
And we would be like, okay, whether you agree with him or not, you would know why he's doing what he's doing. But us hearing everything third party is not helping. And for me personally, there's no way in hell I would be silent while a racist is co-signing on my actions. There's no way I would do that. So let me show you this next tweet because this is ridiculous. Donald Trump Jr. Kyrie just sacrificed more than Kaepernick ever did. So this man is saying that Kyrie not saying nothing and sitting down, and the sacrifice that he's making is more than Colin Kaepernick standing up for black people. That's easy for you to say when you don't really like black people. So if I was Kyrie and I saw this, I would be so vocal right now. Because I don't want to get on a little mini rant. Chris, what did you think about this?
If I was Kyrie and I saw this, I'd be calling up the Brooklyn Nets and be like, all right, let's schedule my appointment tomorrow. Because this is not what I'm trying to get at. And I'm gonna believe that this is not the point Kyrie was trying to make. Like he said, well, we're assuming he said what he's trying to do, which were the quotes you just read. And now Donald Trump, we know that if there's anything he's good at twisting words and twisting stories and twisting narratives because he knows he has a following that's going to believe whatever comes out of his mouth. And now this is a situation where this is going to be the case. Now Donald Trump and all the Fox News or whoever it is that follows whatever he's going to say, they're going to turn Kyrie into this poster boy that has nothing to do with what he's actually the reason why he's trying to stay out. It's going to be a whole thing. So I don't think he will. I still think Kyrie's going to stick to his guns. But this is going to get messy until, like you mentioned, he starts to say something. He has to use his voice and say something. We cannot be reading this through the media. I can't emphasize that enough. You have to come out and say something. Like Jackie just said, if you just make a statement with your own words in a press conference and then say at the end, like we've seen in the past, and I don't want to talk about this any further after saying everything that Jackie just put. That's it. That's all we need. We need to hear out of your mouth rather than from the media and this and that, because now the narrative can be twisted and turned any which way. And now you got Donald Trump who, does what he does, and here we go. So, yeah, if that was me, my schedule would have been put up tomorrow. You don't worry about me missing no games because that's the last thing I want to do is be his little poster child.
And that's similar to the reason why I got it. I went out to an event and I saw these little MAGA heads being super anti-vaccine, and I know how racist they are. And I was like, y'all not about to put me in that group. Can I get the shot?
Right.
Right.
Pull up the truck. Can't get one of those things to go.
Yeah, just go. Just give me that shot right now. But I'm glad you mentioned, Fox News. I don't watch Fox News, but I do watch CNN specifically because of Don Lemon. I love him. And then I love Chris Kuma. But I want to show you this clip because I saw this first thing this morning and I said, Kyrie, you have to talk. Because again, even as much as I love Don Lemon, you're spinning this. Mm-hmm. Just take a listen to what he says.
In the larger scope of all of this, it is all about, right, America, right, humanity. We're all on team humanity. And we're supposed to be looking out for each other as a team. And as a team, you don't just look out for what is just good for you. You have to look out at what's good for the whole, which is the team, which is America, which is humanity.
So he lost me at Team America because Team America is not Team Black people. So this is, and again, people are going to put whatever spin that fits their agenda on what Kyrie is doing until Kyrie says something. Everybody has an agenda right now. No matter what it is, they have an agenda. Some of those agendas are downright stupid. Because let me show you this next one. Now, I'm going to let y'all read that yourself so you can take it in and hear it audibly and then take it in. They let Magic Johnson play basketball with full-blown HIV. First of all, when it's full... HIV doesn't get full blown. Once it is full blown, it becomes AIDS. Start there. But they said let him play with full blown HIV, but won't let Kyrie Irving play because he won't get a COVID shot. So not only is she ignorant enough to put this statement out, she also doesn't understand sarcasm, because I want you to see her comment when somebody basically gives sarcasm to her. So let me show you this next tweet. Says, didn't know HIV could spread through the air. She says it can't. You might need to go back to school.
Yo, she feel like she did something with this tweet. Like, I got him. That's right. That's right. Boom, pow. There it is. And then that response right there that sealed the deal. I'm sorry.
And the worst part about this is, let me show you this, because this isn't some random woman. She's running for Congress. Chris, take it away before I drag this woman.
I'm not adding nothing to this because, like, if you cannot read and see the issues with that tweet right there, then I got nothing for you. Because yes, the comparison A makes no sense, and B, the fact that I don't know. I love when people make a point and then somebody responds to the point and they're going off of what you said, and then you flip on them as if then they're the idiot. When that person was literally going off of what you said. And then you you need to go to school because that's not how HIV works, idiot. Well, then why are you comparing the two? And there's so many holes with this damn thing. This whole situation is going to blow up into what it's turning into right now. I talked to one of my homies in my over on my podcast on Sunday, and he said the same thing. He said, and I'm glad we're talking about it now. He said until Kyrie Irving uses his mouth to talk about this, then it's going to blow up into what it's turning into right now. And we didn't even get to Trump and the news and CNN. We were just talking about strictly like ESPN and sports media. Mm-hmm. Now it's turning into this whole thing. And who knows what's going to come next of it. And like I said, Kyrie, believe what you want to believe. Do what you got to do. But this is going to turn into a whole other thing. And then you're going to be on the front poster of the wrong kind of things, especially knowing, like, putting all this COVID and basketball to the side when it comes to Kyrie Irving. We know what Kyrie Irving stands for and what he has put his money into, what he's put his time into, and that's us. As Black people, and that's communities and stuff. So we know that he's definitely not about that. But now they're going to misconstrue all that, and they're going to turn it into a whole other situation now, especially knowing who's at the ringleader saw this in Mr. Donald Trump. And yeah, I just feel like this could turn into a way worse situation if, like you had mentioned, Kyrie Irving doesn't just come out and make a statement of his own with everything going on right now. Because right now we're just going off the media, and that's a dangerous game.
Yeah, and the only comparison that first of all, Colin Kaepernick right now is sitting somewhere like, this ain't even the same, bro. But yeah, the only similarity that I will give is this is the same criticism I gave Colin Kaepernick. Yes. You had this platform, you had a moment to talk, to use your voice to tell us exactly what was going through your head, but you didn't. So we spun it the way we wanted to spin it.
Same exact thing.
Kyrie, you had a moment. You set up. He could have missed Media Day because he wasn't in the building. But instead of missing Media Day, he set it up to do it via Zoom from his home and let us see it via Instagram Live. You had to know that was important.
You knew what the questions were going to be. You knew what the questions were going to be. There was no surprise that no one was asking you how you looking in practice and how the team. No one's asking you that because you ain't there. You knew what the questions were going to be. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's exactly it. You nailed it. Like, there's no point in doing Media Day at all if you're not going to address the elephant in the room. Right. And now we're hearing everything third party. And please, for the love of God, because I follow Kyrie and I get notifications every time he posts, please don't let me during this live show see you done posted some weird cryptic Bible verse to your Instagram. We don't need no weird cryptic Bible verse. We need you in front of it. Do an Instagram Live. Say, yo, this is what I think about blah, 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 blah. But this is ridiculous. So let me move on because I see y'all in the chat is on some new stuff too. So let me move on to this. Yeah. So y'all probably going to vote for that Congresswoman. But let's move on to this next one. This one, I actually agree with this one. I think that DeAndre Ayton is absolutely right. I think he deserves the bag, at least at that rookie max. I personally do, but I can't wait to hear what Chris says because I feel like he was the cornerstone, especially in the playoffs. He was the only name. Well, I won't say the only name, but he was one of the three names that we said consistently during the playoffs. He really stepped it up. He averaged almost 12 rebounds per game, a block and a steal per game. You guys know those are my favorite two stats, blocking and stealing. Those are my favorite two stats. And he did at least one per game, and he averaged about 16 points per game. So now he's feeling some type of way because the contract talks have kind of just halted. They've stalled out, and he feels some type of way about that. So I want you guys to listen to what he has to say with his own voice. See how that worked, Kyrie. Anyway, y'all take a listen to
I mean, I love Phoenix, but I'm really disappointed that we haven't really gotten a deal done yet. I mean, we were two championships, 2 wins from a championship, and I just really want to be respected, to be honest. Just be respected, like my peers are being respected by their teams, and just keep it like that.
Sorry,
I have to admit, I didn't notice the shirt until Chris giggled, and I was like, "What's Chris?"
Yeah.
Oh, it's the shirt. It's the shirt.
I was like, "This is good." And just Devin Booker was looking at me. I'm like, "Oh God." That's sorry. I tried not to laugh. Yeah.
So he's basically saying he feels a little bit disrespected because his peers have, in his draft class, and he's right about that. Somebody else mentioned that in another tweet. So let me show you that really quick. He says, Suns need to man up and give him money, period. The current market dictates his worth. If SGA got a max deal and MPJ, who's been hurt most of his career, got near the max, then DA definitely deserves the max in this market. And he's right, because Shai did get the max deal. He got the Thunder gave him the 5-year rookie max contract, $172 million. And he's not the only one. So Luka in his draft class, he got the max. Trae Young, Michael Porter, I think that's it. Yeah. So they all got that max
SGA
rookie max deal. So he got it too. So everybody got that except for him, and he's just over there chilling with his Devin Booker shirt. So do you think that he's right to feel some type of way about this?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think he's definitely in the right to feel the way he felt, because he put it right. He was a big part of the reason why they made that playoff push. Yes, we talk about Chris Paul and, everyone else putting together, Monty Williams, stuff like that. But DeAndre Ayton was a big part of their run, especially with the team that they have, because they have a bit of rim protection themselves. So they were forcing a team that's really good at getting to the hole to shoot a lot more. And I feel like DeAndre Ayton is just – the Suns' reasoning is just because he's that bubble player, because he is a good rim protector. He does give you a lot of inside scoring and whatnot, but he doesn't stretch in today's NBA. And I think that's the problem they have. But the thing is, there's just too many pros compared to cons when it comes to DeAndre Ayton. I think they got to go forward and give him the money. Now, where that puts the Suns in a few years, that's the bigger question, because they got to worry about Devin Booker down the line. Chris Paul is not going to be there forever, filling in the roster and stuff like that. I think that's what the Suns are so worried about. And if they focus on that too much, they're going to lose DeAndre Ayton, and he's going to go somewhere else and continue to play really well. To the Michael Porter Jr. comment and the SGA situation, SGA is on a team where they got money to give. They can give him the money because they ain't got nothing else. They ain't got nobody else to give money to. And Michael Porter Jr., I guess, I don't know where this mountain of money that the Denver Nuggets have found comes from, because they paying everybody getting paid over there. Jokic, Jamal just got paid, and then Michael Porter Jr. over here getting paid $200 and some odd million for, like you said, being hurt. So I don't know. I definitely believe that DeAndre Ayton has a point, but I don't know. I think he's gonna get paid. I just don't know why it's taking so long.
That was some points that I saw brought up on Twitter. People said, what if he reverts back to the person he used to be as far as his play? He started the 2019 season, I believe, suspended. And so there's all these narratives around him. But the fact of the matter is when it mattered, this is like the opposite of Ben Simmons. When it mattered, He stepped up. So I think that alone means that he's worth the bag, in my opinion. What is Kevin laying out here talking about? He's going to get paid, and you don't even know. I call it DeAndre Jordan. I call it DeAndre. Man, I mess up the DeAndre Ayton, like it's the DeAndres. There's so many DeAndres. Yeah. That's a fair. And I've called DeAndre Ayton DeAndre Watson one time. I was like, Lord, I just went to a whole nother sport. This is too much. So.
Oh man, yeah.
Too many, but
I agree. I don't know. We'll see. I just, to me, because I get where Phoenix is coming from. I'm playing devil's advocate, and I get where they are coming from, because, like you just mentioned, before the playoffs, he was up and down. He had a great start. You saw that Chris Paul opened up a whole other part of his game, and it was great. But then it started to fizzle off again as the season went on, and then when the playoffs. But when it mattered, he showed up. So to me, that's enough for the bag. But I don't know, man. And don't forget, they just gave Chris Paul a lot of money too. So I don't know. It's just a sticky situation. We got to remember that even though Phoenix has figured it out recently, still the Phoenix Suns. This is a big jump for them going in this direction and being a good team. So I don't know. I think they're trying to figure it out.
So because you guys know that's the last thing I usually check, but I checked they have the money to pay him.
Right.
Now you're right. That could mean something down the line, but I mean, I don't know. I just say pay him now. I mean, solidify him now. Chris Paul's not going to play forever. How long is Chris Paul's contract?
Another 2 years? Yeah, this year plus 2, I think. Let me double check and make sure we ain't giving Chris Paul more money than he's supposed to get. Hold on. I think it is 3 years though. 4-year deal. Okay. Excuse me. 4-year deal. So this year plus 3 more years. So yeah, Phoenix.
That's a little okay. That's longer than I thought it was.
Me too. I thought it was. I was with you.
I wouldn't see it being that long. So that's my bad.
Yeah, I was with you. I thought it was 3 years. Well.
Okay. All right. Well, we was wrong. All right. So on that note, let me do the math in my head again, and then let's get into the post up while I'm doing that math in my head.
Yeah,
I'm an English major. That's gonna take a minute.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, happy home day and post up with your boy Chris. Yeah, I'm here looking at it too because my following question was like, okay, well, when is Devon Booker's contract up? So I'm looking at Devon Booker. So I'm trying to add everything up, but it's looking like. Yeah, he's up in 2023, 2024. That's his last year, his contract. So his is it's in with Chris Paul. So both of them gonna be free agents at the same time. So with that math, you could pay DeAndre Ayton. Pay DeAndre Ayton the max. Yeah.
And then you free up money when Devon and because Chris is gonna retire. He can't do
Chris Paul ain't gonna He's not gonna resign.
Right, so
it adds up. Yeah.
So now it makes no sense. So now just re-sign him.
Yep. Sorry, I was just doing quick math. Yeah. Oh, where we at? Oh, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. Bam. There we go.
Yeah. So math adds up. DeAndre Ayton, we got you, bro. Get your contract. Yeah, you could pay him. Because by the time, it works out. Okay, yeah. Suns pay DeAndre Ayton. All right, moving into post up with your boy Chris. Now let's we got some mess to talk about later on in the show, but we're gonna start off with the triple Bs. My boy LAVAR Ball, the man that I feel like I don't get to hear enough from anymore. I'm upset about it. That's why I need Jello to get in the league. Shout out to Jello for getting that G League contract, but I need Jello to get in the league because then LAVAR Ball can go full. So because it's like Thanos because he'll get all the rings. Lonzo's on the Bulls. LaMelo's on the Hornets, and then Jello goes to whatever NBA team. He has all the power to talk because all 3 of his sons are in the league. But we'll wait till that moment comes. Anyways, this has nothing to do with Jello. It has to do with triple Bs and their brand new shoe that came out. Nick DiPaolo, one of my favorite accounts because I love his insight on the shoe game in the NBA. He says, on the same day LaMelo officially unveiled his first Puma shoe, which are fire, LAVAR Ball announces a new lifestyle shoe from Big Baller brand featuring Italian leather. Prices range from $6.95 for the classic colors to $8.95 to the I Told You So theme. This is where you lost me, LAVAR. Have we not figured out the pricing situation? This is my thing. Jackie, I'm telling you right now, these shoes that LAVAR is here cheesing with right now are the only ones made. These are the right foots of the only copies of these shoes, and that's why they're so damn expensive, because he knew, you know what? These shoes probably ain't going to sell. Now, I get it. This Jello had a big part of putting this shoe together. And I'm like, cool, that's a nice little lifestyle shoe. Sell that thing for about 60 bones and you be on your merry way. Maybe if you want to up it to 80, I guess it's a big ball. I get it's a family brand. But when I heard $700 and $900 for that I Told You So one, that is out of this world. The Lonzo Ball shoes, not the first rendition, the ones that fell apart, and then the remixes that fell apart. The last one Lonzo Ball wore with Triple B, that shoe to me was cool. Was it worth the price point? No. But at least that shoe looked like it could do more than be a boat. Like, I feel like you could put this thing on a lake and put like little action figures on it, and then you could put a little motor and then let that thing go on. These shoes, I don't think these are that attractive. These look like Lacoste shoes. Have you guys seen those Lacoste shoes? They look exactly the same. Swap the Triple B with the crocodile and boom, you got the same exact shoe. They don't look comfortable. I'm not a fan, and the price sucks. LAVAR, you've been figuring it out. Triple B has been still actually selling pretty solid with the new merchandise. You guys got new designs. The stuff looks good. Do not backtrack with the prices. I get it. It's a family business, but this is not it. I don't. What kind of? Jackie, help me. Like I'm not missing something, right? Like these shoes are not it. Like I'm not a full on sneakerhead, but I'm about 75% sneakerhead, and I'm telling you that my brain looking at these, and I'm not paying any more than $70 for these kind of shoes. I get they have the triple B on it, but that's as far as I'm going. I don't care if it has Italian leather. Miss me with that. If people are saying that in the chat, miss me with that. I'm not paying those $800, $700, $900 for those shoes.
First of all, can we put the "I told you so" shoe back up there real quick? Because my eye works differently than yours. Because that looks to me like the Hot Topic logo.
See, no, yeah, that one for sure. I'm sorry, I was talking about the all red one that had the triple B. Yeah, that looked like right. It does look like Hot Topic. Look like what's that restaurant? It looked like there's a restaurant that it looks. I don't know. I can't remember what it is. But yeah, no, it looks like it's bootleg.
See, here's the thing, and I see you, Angelique, in the chat. I am very much team black owned. I get my laundry detergent and stuff now from a black owned business that I found online, and you got to order that mad in advance because otherwise you'd be having dirty laundry. But like, I get a lot of stuff, my light bulbs, Band-Aids. I am that person that I will buy it from you,
right?
Because it's black owned, and I am not a sneakerhead at all. I have 2 pairs of tennis shoes, 2. And the ones that I wear the most are my Skechers. So for those of you in the chat who said they look like Skechers, I love my Skechers. So I'm not mad that they kind of look like Skechers. Me and Skechers got a whole relationship. But I tried to buy Big Baller Brand slides because I was like, you know what? People say what they want about LAVAR. I'm going to go buy his slides. And then I went online and it was $450 for the freaking slides.
Yeah.
And I was like, I am not.
That's exactly what happened with me.
And I want to support. I really do. But ain't no way in hell I'm going to pay this money for these shoes. There's no way. No.
100%. That I did the same thing. I was like, look, let me go get one of these damn hoodies, because I want to, help the brand, help, LAVAR black owned, like same thing. Well, I think was how much dollars? I'm like, no, LAVAR, bring that down $20 more, and I'll consider it. But no, yeah. So I didn't even look at the slides, and I couldn't imagine how crazy that was. But yeah, man, I do not understand the business model with that. Things like this make me wish that Ball in the Family was back on so we can hear his crazy reasoning why these Skechers are that expensive. But I don't know, man.
Well, who's around him? That's what I always want to know. Who is around him?
He has a whole team. But he has this whole team that he reconstructed to put together, and they actually make sense because one dude was one of the main guys that worked with Nike, and the other guy was one of like Michael Jordan's left-hand man that worked with Jordan Brand. These are dudes that understand the business, and they still said, yeah, LAVAR, let's sell that for that much money. That's the thing. That's the reason why their clothing and their merchandise looks so much better, but the shoes thing they can't get figured out. Like, I don't understand it. I need to know who's buying these shoes. Like, I'm guaranteed some celebrities are going to buy it because they're going to support LAVAR. I get that. But they don't expect any of us to buy it because that ain't going to happen. I'm not buying this.
Yeah, no.
The regular Joe Schmoes out here in these streets, like, that's not happening. Ty said, put him in the Family Dollar and I'm sold. Facts, man. Like, even then I wouldn't buy it. It's not my style. I'll let y'all rock him. I can't do it. Anyways, yeah, we went on too long. LAVAR, get your pricing together. Anyways, now we move over to basketball, and we saw that the Lakers played the Warriors in a preseason game 2 nights ago. Last night, one of the two. I think it was last night actually. And after the game, it was last night. Okay, after the game, LeBron James had his his press conference talking about the game, and right at the end of his press conference, when he was swapping with AD, they had a really fun conversation about the new hit series Squid Game. I still have not seen it yet, and I feel like I was spoiled here a little bit by LeBron James, but here's the video.
My time is up.
Is he doing?
Yep, I did finish. You finished? You watched it? Yes. You done?
Yes. I sent you a link that sent me about the whole shit.
Yeah, I didn't like the ending. I know they started off with a season 2, but like,
The way he says it.
get on a fucking flight, go see the dog, bro. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God, we were just talking about that.
Literally just made that.
Oh, y'all really?
So great.
You got $5 billion won, bro. You gonna beat them? Bro, what the fuck? It's not my problem. You won the game.
I won the game.
And you went twice. How you gonna beat me?
It's somebody that want to get my right back. He ain't got one like me now.
Bro, you don't.
Money talk.
You don't.
Money talks, brother. Hey, D. That's my favorite part. Money talks, brother. All right, let's get this thing going. But yeah, man, I didn't see the movie yet, so I have no conversation. I've muted the chat because I literally have it on my list to start it this weekend because, I wanted to see it. I was supposed to watch it last weekend. I missed it because I had other things going on. But that conversation got heated, and now I feel like I'm gonna hate the ending now because it sounds like a stupid decision was made. Jackie Ray, did you get to watch Squid Game?
I have not, and I have not had. I was still suffering from the letdown of Venom too, so I wasn't trying to watch anything else. Spoiler: trash.
Oh
Horrible.
no, it was bad.
Horrible. Yes.
Damn it, Sony.
So I was going to start Squid Game, but I was like, okay, my expectations for Venom were high, and
that's your first mistake right there.
Right. Well, because the first Venom was fantastic to me. But but then I was like, let me start Squid Game. But then I got on TikTok, like right after I watched Venom 2, I was like, I need something to wash this out my brain. That was that bad. And then, so I was like, let me start Squid Game. But then I was on TikTok and I was seeing like all these little trends. I was like, this look dumb as hell. Just from, the trends that they were doing. So I was like, I'm not watching this. I can't do 2 dumb things in one day. So I didn't start it.
I'm off it. She's like, I'm watching something else. I'm just watching TV. I ain't doing it. No, I'm done.
Right.
Yeah. Because I'm having just this inner conflict with myself because I've said it many times on the show. I'm a multitasker when it comes to shows, and I can process one thing. I'll be working on my computer editing or whatever, and still process everything that's going on. I know when all right, that's a cue I should be watching right now. The problem is this one has subs and dubs. I don't like dubs, but I feel like because the voiceovers are always so bad. Like they use like 3 people to do like 100 different characters. More times than not. Maybe it's different for Squid Game. Someone let me know. But like I don't know if I can sit there. I don't have time to sit there and watch the entire thing and be reading the entire time. So I'd have to watch it dub, and that just makes me not want to watch it as much because I don't want to listen to other people speaking on it. Because everyone I talk to.
So it's based out. Okay, so Gary says
it's Korean.
So it's a Korean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I can't watch it now because my mom grew up watching. She loves Godzilla, so I grew up watching those.
Me too. Oh yeah, your mom cool. Those were the ones though, man.
But now every time they do something and they get excited, I'm gonna think Godzilla in my head, and I'm gonna miss something important. So I'm gonna have to wait. The overdubs are always wrong though too, because I watched something called I think it's called Roanoke, and that is a Russian film on Netflix. It's really, really good, but it got to the point where the overdubs were so bad that I had to turn on the subtitles, and the subtitles didn't match what they were actually saying. So then I was like, okay, well the translation is bad on the overdub, so which one should I watch? So it became a little confusing, but I'm with you. I got to just wait until I'm ready to use brain power. Sometimes I just want to watch.
That's what I'm saying. That's Yep. That's what I say. I tell my fiance will always be like, "Oh, what movie you want to watch?" I'm like, "Something I ain't got to think about. Like, just put some nonsense on, like, because my brain's not ready to be watching anything crazy right now." But anyways, this weekend I'm gonna do it. The conversation sounded lit between LeBron and AD. I'm not looking at the chat yet because I don't want no spoilers. Because I don't know somebody say like, "Yeah, LeBron, right, man? I can't believe that person did." No, I don't want to hear it. I want to see it. So I'm avoiding the chat.
They seem to say that it's gonna manifest something. You're gonna be cursed if you watch it. There's 3 people that said that in the chat. It manifests something. You ain't got to tell me twice. I ain't watching.
Well, damn. I'm intrigued. I didn't know what this curse is gonna be, but I'm scared now. Oh god. Anyways, all right, we'll move on. We gotta move on. We got other stuff to talk about. And we're gonna go through this next one quickly because I thought it was funny. And it's nice to see the T-Wolves smiling and kumbaya and having a chemistry moment. So I liked it. But the thing I liked the most about it was the edit. I thought it was just so funny. Okay, basically, T-Wolves won a game. They have a road trip, and they got a present for the trip, for the plane ride, and it was funny. Just watch the edit, though.
Let's get out of here, okay? We got an overnight flight, as we know. Okay, you got tomorrow off. Got a little gift for you guys for the plane.
I don't know why that makes me laugh so much because just the way. Because all right, we got a bit of a gift for you guys, and these 2 dudes thinking like they so cool. They got the new PJs that y'all about to be rocking, and it just edits to see them acting like a bunch of kids. Like it reminds me of I don't know. I don't know why I laughed way too hard when I first saw this. I think it was I don't know, but hey, Timberwolves are happy about something, right? Let them be happy about it. I ain't gonna take that their joy away from them. I hope they had a nice, comfortable flight to their next game. Now, here's the conversation everybody's ready to have, and I know I'm going to try my best to rein it in and not talk too much about this, but when I see this, I laughed so hard. I was like, ha! That's how I laughed when I saw this, because I cannot believe Tyler Herro saying this with a straight face, and with I just heard Tyler Herro sitting there like, yeah, I'll think I'm. Anyways, let me read the quote real quick before I get too into this. But Tyler Herro, he wants more respect. He said, Luka, Trae Ja, I feel like my name should be in that category too. And he's talking about as far as being compared to young stars in the NBA. This is my beef, okay? This is the reason why this makes me go, ha! I'm going to do it every single time because that's how I felt when I saw this. This is the reason why this triggers me so much. There's a certain player by the name of RJ Barrett that plays for the New York Knicks that since he has been drafted has been nothing but torn apart by the mainstream media. This guy, literally right before the draft, was being, oh, he's going to be a future superstar, all-star talent, da-da-da. The minute he puts on that Knicks jersey, don't hear anything about him anymore. He left off a 25 under 25 list. The man had one of the best stats. Like, he was top 5 in damn near every stat as a rookie. Gets left off of all the rookie teams. And it just constant year after year. The man bumps. The one thing y'all told him he needed to do is shoot better. He goes and shoots 40% from 3. They still think he's at the bottom list of the 25 under 20. Like, it's just the constant disrespect that this dude gets. And he's on a team where he's the number 2 of the team with a bunch of veterans. He got Derrick Rose, Kemba, you got all these other guys, and he's still the number 2 on his team. And I got Tyler Herro, who had he had a great rookie season. He had all the chances in the world to go and take the thing, and he didn't do nothing with it. Kyle Kuzma East, I'm telling y'all. So this just made me think about this response right here, and I just want to read this one out, Jackie, and I'm gonna let you take it away because this is how I felt when I saw this. Bench players talking about stars, and I hate it, man. Like, no one's listening to you, bro. Like, I just laughed at it. Like, if you and there's people who I got Heat fans in my DMs all the time talking about like, yeah, RJ's never gonna be good as Tyler. I'm like, all right, cool.
What?
And I'm telling you, you don't understand the ignorance that goes on with Miami Heat fans. The rivalry is real. I'll show you the DMs. But Jackie Ray, that's the reason why I hate this so much. He want to talk about he's with those guys. He's not even close for that to me. I wouldn't even put him in. I saw someone in the chat say that he'll put him maybe with Ja. No, I ain't doing that either. Tyler has confidence. I love that about him. That's fantastic. But then what? So Jackie Ray, do you agree with Tyler Herro here? Am I being over dramatic? What's your thoughts on Tyler Herro?
Tyler is a parentheses player. Like that's you can put his times where he shines in parentheses. It's not like a whole constant thing. He's not that guy. He had one moment where he started feeling himself. That's why we did that disrespectful thumbnail, because that's like that moment in time is what he is also stuck on, and what I feel Heat fans are stuck on. Tyler Herro is not that guy. He's a parentheses player. I love that he, highly of himself, but you need to do that at home, not in public where people can write it down. Don't do that.
Tyler Herro not even with MPJ, and that's saying a lot because I don't know, man. I was so triggered when I saw it. That's why I went, you see how I did it the same every single time because it's real. Like, that's how fake of a laugh it is when I saw it. I don't know, man. Tyler Herro, bro.
That's
Tyler
fantastic.
Herro.
I love it.
I can't. Anyways, we're moving off of that. Chat, I'm gonna let y'all go. Yeah, the chat seems to agree with us, and I appreciate y'all for that. It's good to see us all agree on one thing for once. And this is one I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's going to continue on this one. I think I know what Jack is going to feel, but I'm still curious to what you have to say. But we saw yesterday the news about Zyaire Wade getting signed by the Utah Jazz G League squad. And this, as expected, blew up into a whole entire thing. If we can get the first tweet out with that information. Yeah. According to Shams, Zyaire Wade is signing an NBA G League deal and is expected to join the Jazz's affiliate, Salt Lake City Stars. Now, I thought this was cool. I think this is great. We talk about all the time, like, yes, we know Pops D Wade is a part owner of the Jazz now. So, yeah, use your power to make sure that your son gets in a situation to hopefully do something with it. Now, Dad did his part. Now let's see what Zyaire Wade does. I believe Zyaire Wade can be a nice player in this league, but he has to put in the work. We saw how he panned out in Sierra Canyon. I feel like he could have done more. He didn't. So that ended the way it ended. So let's see what he does with G League. He probably might not even play many games to start off with. That just is the reality situation. But A lot of people read this and, well, they did not feel the same way. This person right here said Zyaire Wade averaged 4 points per game as a senior at Sierra Canyon, went to a prep school to get more offers, now has earned a G League contract on the Jazz, which his dad, Dwayne Wade, is an owner of LMAO. Imagine being an overseas player hearing this. Well, I think overseas players hearing this would be like, yeah, makes sense. I think they feel the type of way for sure, but they'd get it. Like they'd get it. This next one though is how I feel. This is how I feel about it. It says nepotism is real. Lamelo Ball is easily better than Zyaire Wade. You can have that one. That being said, if I'm part owner of a team and my kid needs a job, I'm doing exactly what D Wade did. I'm not mad at all, and that's the part. I mean, I do think Jello is better than Zyaire. I think we've seen Jello show that I think he could play, but the second part is the part I'm talking about the most. Yes. You have the opportunity. I'm in a position of power. My kid is playing at a certain level. I'm going to give him a shot. Now, it's a different conversation if he then does the same thing, averages like 4 points, 2 points per game or whatever in the G League, and he gets called up and now he's playing in the regular rotation of the Jazz. There's a different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. But for him to get a shot in the G League and see what happens with it, I don't have a problem with this. I would do the same damn thing. And this person right here saying having an NBA dad got to be fun. Because ain't no way you tell me Zyaire Wade got a G League spot easy and Lamelo Ball been fighting one for 3 years. Well, Jello is in a situation himself. He's good. I don't know why everyone was comparing to Lamelo Ball, but I get it. So, Jackie, what's your thoughts on this with the whole nepotism thing? Like I said, I think we're going to be on the same page here, but let me know what you think. You think that it's too much and he didn't deserve it, or that, D Wade did what he was supposed to do as a father, and now Zyaire has to do his part?
Well, first of all, I'm pro nepotism. I think we as Black people see nepotism as a bad thing because it has perpetually for a century kept us out of opportunities, because we were kept out of opportunities to even have the opportunity to create nepotism for our own. Nepotism basically is generational wealth. And we know historically why we've been kept. So I understand why that is a triggering moment for us. I understand when Tom Brady's kid was over there being a water boy, we all know that is like beelining him to be a head coach somewhere. So we understand what nepotism means, and we understand that nepotism blocks us out. But I think this moment in time, we deserve a hell yeah moment, because now nepotism is working in our favor. So there is no way I am working my behind off right now. And I don't even want biological kids, but I do want to adopt. But I'm working my behind off. So then that way, when the kids that I adopt, they don't have to do all this stuff that I'm doing. All they have to do is step into it, and it's going to be there for them. And then their kids can step into it and make it bigger than that. Generational wealth is important. And I think this is a beautiful thing. I remember when we first started this live show and we were in the studio, we had this huge argument about Dwayne Wade stepping in for his son when he was on the high school team. I said it then. I'm going to say it now. His dad is Dwayne Wade. There are benefits that come with that. And I salute Dwayne Wade for making sure that his son benefits from the work that he did. That is what a parent is supposed to do for their child. If you have a problem with this and you're a parent, I'm going to ask you to relook at your parenting skills, because you're supposed to be creating something for your kid, period.
Yeah. I think where the beef comes in, I think that this is the problem with everything you said 100%. But I think the other part of it is where people have problem with nepotism is people who do not deserve it then getting those roles in front of a lot of people and feeling like, that they skipping some steps. I don't think this is that situation. We talk about all the time. Zyaire Wade is putting the work in. Maybe he's not as talented as some of these other guys. Fine, but he is putting the work in. So Dwayne Wade, as his father, like I said, put him in the situation. Now it's up to Zyaire Wade to see what to do his part. And then I see the Lamelo Ball thing. People are still going like, Jello, it is kind of messed up. Well, look, as soon as Lamelo got in the league in his rookie season and he took over the Hornets organization, what was the first thing Lamelo did? Bring my brother on his G League team. Make sure my brother gets a spot on his. Like, he did what he was supposed to do. Alonzo didn't have that kind of pull because, unfortunately, his journey in the NBA. He was with the Lakers. He didn't have that kind of pull then. Then with the Pelicans, didn't have that kind of pull over there because he was still trying to get his brand back together. LaMelo, the minute he could do it, he did it. So, I mean, it's the same situation. And because of that, now Jello is being respected within the league, and that's why he has a G League spot, because he did well in the Summer League, and now he will see what he does in the G League. So I don't think it's the same thing at all. Either way, I'm with you. I feel like nepotism has such a bad rap. I get it to some extent, but this is not one of those times. I think Dwayne Wade, I would have done the same damn thing for sure. Now let's just see what Z Wade can do. I hope he can do it. I hope he can pull it together. But we'll see. I have no problem with this one. So, look. I put Zyaire Wade ahead of Tyler Herro. Anyways, moving on. This is actually kind of cool. I'm just kidding, but this one was kind of cool. In hockey world, we've been seeing all these AR intros and stuff like that in games. But the Vegas Golden Knights in their opening game yesterday, they had this crazy presentation before their game. Check this out. It's pretty cool.
Oh wow.
That man got there skating for his life. That's cool.
That's amazing.
That's cool, yup. I got the crowd all hyped up. I thought that was dope as hell. That is cool, man. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Put on the damn show, and then the Golden Knights go out there and do their thing. Like, I thought that was fun. I had no problem with that. Unlike that stupid Panther running around biting flags. I thought that one was a cool little presentation right there. I had no problem with that one. That was dope. Dope. And now, last but not least, I'm a huge Dinosaur Head. My favorite series of movies in the whole entire world are the Jurassic Park / Jurassic World movies. They can't do no wrong except for Jurassic Park 3. So that being said, if I ended up in this similar situation as this guy, I think I would have enjoyed it the same way that this guy enjoyed it. You don't know what I mean? Just watch this video.
So we went bar hopping and somehow ended up here.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that.
The tails of her butt. Oh my god. That is the greatest thing ever. See, then now my nerd comes out, right? Because like I said, I love dinosaurs. As a kid, I was that kid. I love dinosaurs. I saw Jurassic Park when I was like 5, and I loved it. And it was such a kid that was a boring movie to some kid. I loved it. Anyways, the dinosaur is it has the hammer head, it has the thick skull for a reason, and then he chose to swing his tail around instead of using his head. I just thought the whole thing was hilarious. I enjoyed this a little too damn much. If I went on a bar run and then we ended up here, I think that would be really dope. But I had to end with that. I thought that was a funny moment. But Jackie Ray, that's something I would do. I would end up there. But can you tell us?
I love it.
On this fine hump day, what we not gonna do?
Yes, let's get into what we not gonna do. But technically today, I think this is going to be what I would do because everything is going right in this particular situation. So we talked about the Gruden situation in the emails. We know that there are 750,000 more emails. That number miraculously went down today, and it's 650,000. I'm like, where'd the other 100,000 emails go? But whatever. The reports today said 650,000 emails are still left to be reviewed. The NFL is reviewing them right now. So let me just back this story up a little bit because I think we talked about I don't know how many months ago, but we talked about how there was that calendar that the Washington football team did, and then there was all sorts of scandals that came with that as far as how they were photographed nude, and a lot of those cheerleaders were suing the Washington Football League. This story with Gruden came about because a reporter with the Washington Post was taking it a step further, and let's look into how toxic that work environment was, and thus, first of all, how you got these emails without a court order. Shouts out to you. That is some investigative journalism. So it's a beautiful thing. Maybe he did have a court order. I haven't dived into it that much. But now what they're fighting for, there's attorneys for former Washington football team employees that want all of those emails to be released to the public. They don't want the NFL just to be able to review them on their own. So take a look at this. I want you to see this tweet. Maybe I didn't put it in there. Okay, maybe I didn't. So let me just look at it myself so I can tell you what it says. So this is from the attorney. It's a statement from Lisa Banks and Deborah Katz, who are the attorneys for 40 former Washington football team employees. And they're calling for the NFL to release the full findings of the investigation as well as all the emails. And they say, quote, "It's truly outrageous that the NFL's 10-month-long investigation involving hundreds of witnesses and 650,000 documents. Oh, okay, documents, not emails. Related to the long-time culture of harassment and abuse at the Washington football team. The only person to be held accountable and lose their job is the coach of the Las Vegas Raiders. If the NFL felt it appropriate to release the offensive emails from John Gruden, which were obtained during its investigation into the Washington football team, it must also release the findings related to the actual target of the investigation. Our clients and the public at large deserve transparency and accountability. If not, the NFL and Roger Goodell must explain why they appear intent on protecting the Washington football team and the owner, Dan Snyder, at all costs. I don't know what else to say aside from, first of all, smart, because number one, you're going to get more billable hours, right? Which means more money in the settlement. So that's number one. Number two, no lies detected. How is it that we're investigating one team based on a lawsuit and we're firing this guy over? So what this is they're trying to placate the situation. They're trying to say, hey, we found one guy that is currently in the NFL and we found former people. Let's act upon this. And let's call it done. That's not the right attitude to have in this situation. The right attitude to have is to say, hey, no, these people who launched this lawsuit are still suffering in some way. They still feel wronged in some way. They still feel like they were slighted. And those cheerleaders got to still be having some sort of PTSD from this whole situation. These lawyers are spot on because, again, it's a twofold thing. Not only are these billable hours, number two, I personally believe that it's not just the Washington football team that are going to be implicated in these documents. And that is why the NFL does not want them to come out. Dan Snyder, I don't care what he's trying to present to you right now. I don't care if he hired a black president of football operations. I don't care anything about what he's trying to do right now. A man that says he doesn't give a damn how racist the name is, he's going to keep it until he dies, and only changing it because he had to, has racism in his heart. And you can know there's some damning information. Not only is there damning information that will probably track from Dan Snyder all the way down, it's going to track throughout the league. I can guarantee you there's some emails in there from Jerry Jones. I can guarantee you that. There's some emails in there that are going to implicate Jerry Jones. I can promise you there's some emails in there. Well, he's passed now, but the owner of the Texans, there are emails that are going to implicate people throughout the league. Roger Goodell has perpetually been a puppet of the owners. If he does not release all of these documents for these, not only these attorneys to see, but for us to see as fans as well, so we know the platform that we're cheering for, then he's complicit, and he should also be held accountable, and he might need to go. So I just want to applaud these attorneys for doing the right thing. And I hope they stay diligent in this, and I hope they don't just, we see this one tweet one time, and then, in February, we're not hearing about it anymore. No, this needs to be reoccurring. So what about them documents? Ooh, touchdown. What about them documents? Oh, it's time for the playoffs. What about them documents? They need to stay with this because I'm telling you, there needs to be a cleaning of the house. And Ty, perfect statements. He says, this is Pandora's box. Yes, open it. Because the fact of the matter is, it's time. It's time. You guys, we can't keep pretending that the NFL is something that it's not. First of all, during the Colin Kaepernick situation, they showed us who they were. We decided to turn a blind eye because we love the sport so much. Now it's time for us to see exactly what we are dealing with, period, point blank. I don't have nothing to say, but shout out to, let me make sure I get their names right. Shout out to, because they're women too. So shout out to these ladies out here getting it done. So shouts out to Lisa Banks and Deborah Katz, the attorneys in this situation, for saying, oh no, sir, a guy that's not related to this being fired or forced to resign is not enough. We want what we want. We want transparency. So what I'm not going to do is miss the opportunity to applaud these women for saying, yeah, okay, that's cool, but, and I love this. Chris, what do you think?
So this is still what we're not going to do. What we're not going to do is let the NFL slide with making this is still what we're not going to do. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, I was saying it yesterday, and I'm glad that this is what's coming of it. I really hope that we continue to apply pressure Because like I said, this is one guy of many. There's a reason why the NFL is trying to stay quiet with this entire thing, because they know it's going to get connected to. You're right about Washington, but F Washington. I'm talking about the NFL head office, the people up top. Those are the ones right there that they are covering for them, and that's why they're leaving it as a Raider thing. And John Gruden, poo, this guy is such a bad guy. Right. Point fingers at him. Nah, pay attention to what's going on upstairs. Yeah, I agree with you, Dan Schneider. I know there's a lot of mess because, like you mentioned with the that's 100% true. But I'm telling you, the people upstairs are connected to that as well. So hell yeah, open up Pandora's box. It's about damn time. It's not like the NFL has done anything to fix it, and we can think at least NFL has gone better. No, they haven't gone better with anything, and they're only getting worse with. If you want to talk about the product on the field, they're getting worse with stuff on there as well, from rules to just football. There's different things. So there's no they're gonna get figured out. No. It's time to nip the head on the butt right now. We do it right now. Do it right now. I'm with you on this one. I just hope that this doesn't get lost in the sauce and the NFL comes up with some stupid apology that people are okay with, and then it gets moved on. Nah, release all the documents and let the heads roll. And I hope that nobody in the Saints is connected, but we'll see.
Well, our owner ain't.
Tom Benson wasn't a Saint. I understand. No pun intended.
But. Yeah.
R.I.P.
But Pounds the unknown, I agree with exactly what he said. Jay-Z, where you at? Because Jay-Z, people felt some type of way when he got involved, especially at the time that he got involved with the NFL. So Jay-Z, if you trying to be, you and Beyonce doing all this pro-black stuff, and that's great, but you're in an organization that needs you to be who you are within it. You can't just be this silent voice and give us dope entertainment for halftime at Super Bowl. We need you to be more than that. We need you to be bigger than that. And we need you to push this narrative. These documents need to be released. So shouts out. Yes, so you're right. What we're not going to do is pretend that this well doesn't go deeper. This is going to take us to the center of the earth. So yes, it goes deeper than that. So let's do it. Love that. All right. So that's how we're going to end this hump day. You know what tomorrow is? It's Friday Eve tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if my internet cuts off, you know why. There it is.
All right. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to join us tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Follow CK2K, J-Ray the Fanatic, everywhere on social media, and we will see you tomorrow morning. Y'all be safe.
Bye.